I couldn't shave for this video. My razor's broken. Sue me. So, a couple of years ago, Nickelodeon gave YouTube sensation Fred his own sitcom. And it was mostly, you know, pretty much panned by everyone who saw it. It had like a rating of like 2 point something on IMDb out of 10, not very good. So let's take a look at one of the episodes. This episode is titled Best Freds Forever. So at the start of this episode, Fred explains to the audience that he has to do some kind of school assignment with the school bully stereotype, Kevin, who is a character from the original web show. They have to, you know, sing to the front of the class or something.
T to the Amit! I think I'm going to die! Oh no, I am going to die! My stupid music teacher is making me sing a stupid duet with stupid Kevin!
So, here we already have our first problem. The jump cuts. Yeah, this show uses jump cuts. Like, what the hell? I mean, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to sort of imitate the feel of the original YouTube web series. But the thing is, this isn't a YouTube vlog. Well, this is, but the show isn't. It's a TV show on a major network, Nickelodeon. It's the biggest kids network out there, and they're using jump cuts? Why? I mean, just why? I could understand if they wanted to keep some aspects of the original web series. Like the idea that, you know, like Fred is the only person in the show. That could have been interesting. I could have, you know, that could have been interesting to watch. But instead they keep the jump cuts. Of all the things to bring over from the web series, they decided to bring over the jump cuts. If you've ever taken like any sort of like basic film, you know, production sort of class, you know, like I have, then you know that jump cuts are a big no-no. Like I said, I get that it's supposed to be some kind of like, you know, intentional. I get that it's supposed to be like a stylistic choice of some kind. But I think it's a bad one. And here's the thing. They don't just do this in the scenes where Fred is like monologuing to the audience, where he's like breaking the fourth wall.
Breakdown comes, we're gonna do a little feather step. We're coming up, we're finishing strong with a big 360 like this.
I mean, why? I mean, I can kind of get putting it in there in the scenes where Fred is talking to the audience in the same style that he did on his web show, but why in all these other scenes? It doesn't make any sense. But what about the actual plot of this episode? Well, Fred finds like a box in the back of his closet with some old childhood photos. These photos reveal to Fred that he and Kevin were apparently best friends when they were little kids. So, Fred gets this plan. He decides that he wants to blackmail Kevin. So he tells Kevin that Kevin has to be Fred's best friend. I don't know why he wants to be friends with the bully, but he's stupid, so whatever. So, Kevin has to be Fred's best friend, or Fred will basically go and he'll show everyone the photos, everyone they know, and reveal that they were best friends when they were little kids. So let me repeat that. If Kevin does not agree to be Fred's best friend now, and this is something that they do out in public, by the way, in front of everyone, then, therefore, Fred will tell everyone that they used to be friends when they were kids a long time ago. Which is apparently worse. I mean, why? I mean, I can understand Fred being stupid enough to think that that makes sense, but why Kevin? That doesn't make any sense at all. He eventually figures this out after, like, what seems like a day or two. But why does it take him so long? I figured that out right away. It doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, either way, people will know he's friends with Kevin, and isn't it better for them to know that they were friends a while ago than for them to think that they were friends now? Why? Like, how does that not occur to him even once during all of this? Kevin, I'm talking about. How does that not occur to Kevin once? Or at least not until the end? You know, why? That's stupid. This episode isn't funny, like, at all. I watched this episode twice, and I literally laughed 0 times, this many. And this is coming from somebody who actually kind of, at times, can have a low standard for, you know, what he finds funny. Like, I surprise myself sometimes with the kind of things that, you know, I can laugh at. Like, let me give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was watching, like, the first 20 or so minutes of that movie, Jack and Jill. Remember that movie from a few years ago that everyone hated, where Adam Sandler dressed up as a woman?
Are you going bald? Huh? No, you're getting fatter and your hair doesn't realize it needs to cover more face. Okay.
And that got some chuckles out of me. This episode, nothing. I didn't laugh, didn't chuckle. I almost smiled once. Or a couple times. Almost, but, you know, not quite there. By the way, towards the end of this episode, Kevin tries to give Fred a wedgie. Because, you know, that's totally something that bullies do in real life.
Not!
The only thing good that I can say about this episode is that despite all my problems with it, it actually, you know, wasn't painful to sit through. But perhaps that was because it was only 11 minutes long. Yeah, just 11 minutes. So I give this episode a 3 out of 10. I don't recommend it.